The rain hushes the street. Tires whisper past, then fade. You turn the corner toward home. A porch light waits in amber. Supportive reflections, not therapy. Your shoulders loosen a little. Wet air tastes like clean slate. Breath in, slow. Breath out, slower. The roof ticks, soft and patient. Drops bead along the railing. Your shoes find the first step. The night is kind, not urgent. Nothing to prove. Nothing to fix, only the sound of rain working gently. Your pulse starts to match it. In, 4, out, 6. A coat of calm spreads across your chest. You set your bag down. The house breathes with you. Warm light gathers at the threshold. You cross into it, unhurried. Safe enough to rest here. Let the door close softly behind you. Warm light pools across the entryway. Floorboards hold a quiet memory of footsteps. Your coat gives up its rein and settles on the hook. The door clicks home, gentle as a lullaby. A small lamp hums, steady and sure. Air smells like cedar and clean cotton. Your skin drinks the warmth, inch by inch. Hands unclench without trying. Breath follows the soft rhythm of the room. In, like drawing a curtain. Like setting a weight down. The clock ticks in an even heartbeat. Rain turns to a faraway hush against the windows. Shoulders slide lower, ribs widen, neck unknots. You notice the quiet between sounds. It opens like a safe hallway. The house keeps its promise. You are welcome here. No tasks are calling your name. Only rest, arriving on time. You stand in the glow a moment longer. The glow stands with you, unshaken. A simple mercy, bright and kind. You step out of your damp shoes. Warmth gathers at your feet like a small tide. Tonight, this light knows the way. The glow gathers itself like a welcome. Rooms lean quiet, patient and warm. Somewhere a kettle thinks about singing. Outside, rain keeps its soft promise. From this doorway, the evening widens into home. The story settles in, unhurried. The street runs silver under the storm. Tail lights smudge into soft, red threads. Your town wears the rain like a shawl. Porches glow, steady as stars behind clouds. You slow before your driveway. Gravel answers with a hush and a crunch. Wipers sweep, then rest. The engine's hum fades into the weather. For a breath, you watch the drops. Each one finds its way, sure and simple. Keys click free from the ignition. The cabin holds that last pocket of warm air. You open the door to a gentle chill. Rain greets your sleeves and hairline. The smell is clean, wet cedar, damp soil, a hint of soap. Shoes find the first puddle, then the firm path. Your bag rides light against your side. A neighbor's wind chime speaks in a small voice. Far off, a train writes a line through the night. Headlights glide past and don't need you. Everything that mattered waits inside. Nothing urgent stands in the rain with you. The mailbox gathers beads of water. A single bead slides, certain as sleep. You close the lid, and it settles with a soft note. Steps rise toward the porch, dark and familiar. The light above the door holds steady. Your breath finds its pace with the weather. In a quiet count of 4. Out a longer 6. Easy and low. Shoulders read the message and ease down. The roofline guides you forward, calm and kind. Every sound grows round and distant. You reach the bottom step, sure as returning. Home opens one slow inch at a time. The porch roof gathers the rain into soft threads. Amber light spills over the railings, warm and close. Your hand finds the cool brass of the knob. It turns the way it always has. Easy, kind. Hinges breathe out a gentle hello. Air from inside meets you like a blanket. Cedar, soap, and something faintly sweet. You step onto the mat and unlace the day. Wet laces sigh and loosen. Shoes line up, dark and content. A towel waits on the bench, patient. You touch its cotton, thick and friendly. Drops leave your cuffs and are gone. Your coat hangs with the others, heavy, restful. The house settles around you without a sound. Floorboards remember your rhythm and give it back. Somewhere, the kettle finds its voice and begins. A low, steady murmur, never in a hurry. You set your bag down. It becomes lighter. Keys find the bowl with a soft ceramic note. Lamplight rounds the corners of every shadow. Nothing sharp, nothing asking, only warmth, poured and waiting. Your palms come back to temperature, slow and sure. Heat travels along your wrists, then up the arms. Neck unwinds a notch you didn't notice. Breath follows the room's slow example. In, quiet and even. Out, longer, with room to spare. You listen to the rain at one remove. It's part of the night now, not a task. The porch screen taps a gentle, steady pattern. In the kitchen, mugs stand shoulder to shoulder. Steam lifts like white silk from the spout. You choose the blue one with the small chip. The handle knows your hand and fits. Honey waits in its jar, amber as the lamp. A spoon circles, silver and calm. The first sip is soft and open. It warms the tongue, then the center of the chest. Shoulders sink another fraction toward ease. You feel the day slide off its hinges. Outside, tires sigh past and drift away. Inside, the clock writes even minutes. A blanket lies over the chair, folded, generous. You draw it over your legs and feet. Heat pools there, kind as a small fire. Rain keeps time on the roof, loyal and low. The porch holds the line between weather and you. You sit inside its promise, safe and unhurried. Home carries the warmth the rest of the way. The cup sets down with a quiet ring. Warmth settles where you need it most. Rain moves to the edge of hearing, soft as wool. Room light narrows to a calm, steady glow. You lean back. The chair understands. Now the body speaks in small, kind sentences. You listen, and the night listens with you. Let your eyes grow heavy, then softer still. Lids rest like curtains at evening. Brows smooth, as if ironed by warm light. The tiny muscles around your eyes release. They don't need to guard the horizon tonight. Let your gaze turn inward, dim and kind. Forehead cools, wide as a field after rain. Imagine a slow hand brushing worry away. Once, twice, a third time, patient and even. Unclench the space between your brows. It opens like a small door to quiet. Breath enters that room and stays a while. In 4, round and easy. Out 6, longer than you think you need. Jaw loosens on its hinge, gentle and sure. Let the tongue rest heavy and quiet. Teeth stand near each other, not touching. The mouth learns a half smile without trying. Throat widens like a hallway with soft light. Sip one more breath, low and simple. Send it to the base of the skull. Imagine it pooling there, warm and steady. Neck muscles read the message and soften. Let the head float, balanced and light, as if water holds it from below. Rain writes a slow script on the roof. You don't need to read it. Only follow the rhythm. In, count of 4. Hold for 1, like a pause between lines. Out, count of 6. Easy and warm. Shoulders now. Let them slide away from your ears. Feel the weight leave by a small, steady path. Picture a shawl of warmth over both shoulders. It settles into the places that work too hard. Across the collarbones, a gentle tide recedes. Front of the shoulders melts, then the back. Shoulder blades spread like pages opening. Breath travels under them, light as a moth's wing. Notice the space you've made without effort. Let it be enough. Give the right shoulder one longer breath. Send the left shoulder the same kindness. Both sides learn the same slow lesson. Neck lengthens by a finger's width. No pushing. Head, jaw, throat, shoulders, quiet agreement. Rain keeps time. The clock keeps trust. You rest inside their evenness, held and safe. One more cycle. In, 4. Out, 6. Keep the softness. We'll carry it with us to what comes next. Let your attention settle on your right arm. Feel the upper arm grow warm, then lighter. Elbow softens like a hinge freshly oiled. Forearm loosens from wrist to thumb base. Fingers uncurl, not forced, simply allowed. A pleasant heaviness gathers in the palm. Imagine warm light resting there, unhurried. Let the light spill down each finger. Thumb, first, middle, ring, little. Slow and sure, the hand learns a quiet shape of rest. Now, The left arm answers in kind. Upper arm warms, and effort drains away. Elbow sighs, simple as closing a book. Forearm unwinds, easy and even. Palm grows heavy, comforted by the room's glow. Let each finger loosen in turn. Thumb, first, middle, ring, little, soft release. Both hands rest like boats at a calm dock. You can feel the tether, loose and trustworthy. Notice the wrists, their small, brave work. Tell them the night is gentle. They don't need to hold the world now. A slow breath moves in under the skin. It travels up to the elbows, then back down. In, 4, out, 6. The message is received. Bring your attention to the chest. The sternum widens like a door on quiet hinges. Ribs open a fraction, then another. Air finds the spaces you've made. It moves in like a friendly tide. Warmth lands at the center of the chest. Let it spread, steady as lamplight. Between each rib, tiny knots unmake themselves. Your heartbeat takes the slower path. Travel now to the back of the ribs. Imagine breath reaching the places you rarely notice. It touches the lower tips, patient and sure. Muscles there, smooth like silk, laid flat. The upper back receives a slow wave of ease. Shoulder blades float a finger higher, light and free. Breath rides along those bones and returns. Belly next. Let it be soft. Give the abdomen permission to rise and fall. No guarding, no bracing. In, round and low. Out, long and easy. Warmth settles behind the navel. It spreads like tea through clear water. The waist loosens a notch on each side. Front and back talk to each other. Kindly. Your torso becomes a single quiet room. Walls steady, windows dim, lamp aglow. Hands and arms rest within that room. They do nothing, and it is enough. Take one fuller breath to the whole upper body. Let it collect what feels good and keep it. Exhale anything that wants to leave. Small, silent, simple. The porch rain keeps its even pace. Inside, you match it without trying. We'll carry this warmth forward, gently, into what follows. Let your attention settle low. Hips first, broad, steady anchors. Imagine warm sand beneath them. It rises to meet you, kind and even. The muscles across the hips soften, front, sides, and deep in the sockets. No rush. Let the pelvis feel heavy in a good way. Weight shared by the chair, the cushion, the earth. You don't have to hold yourself up alone. Breathe down to the tailbone. In 4, quiet and round. Out 6, longer and low. The small muscles at the base of the spine unclench. Across the low back, warmth spreads like a slow tide. Each breath smooths another inch. Now, the top of the thighs. Let the fabric warm against your skin. Quadriceps release their neat, constant work. Hamstrings answer from the back, calm and sure. The inner line of both thighs softens. Space opens where effort used to live. Knees feel that message and follow. Bring your focus to the right knee. Picture a circle of light around it. The joint rests inside that circle, safe and easy. Down the right calf. The muscles unwind. Shin cools. Calf warms. Balanced like weather. The ankle gets wider, then lighter. Right foot receives you, bone by bone. Heel, arch, ball. Each toe in turn, big to small, loosens and settles. Warmth gathers across the soul like a small hearth. Now, the left knee. Give it the same quiet attention. The circle of light forms and holds. Left calf lets go, smooth and steady. Ankle widens, then grows light. Left foot learns the same soft lesson. Heel, arch, ball. Each toe releases. Big to small, patient and even. Warmth pools in the soul and stays. Both legs now. Feel their length and weight supported. The chair, the blanket, the floor, all agree to help. Your hips rest. Your thighs rest. Your knees rest. Calves and ankles rest. Feet rest like boats at an easy mooring. Nothing to do, nothing to fix. Let one breath travel from hips to toes. In 4, like drawing gentle light through a hallway. Out 6, like the tide sliding back. Notice the quiet inside the quiet. It's wider than before. Your whole lower body is part of it. If there's any small pocket of effort left, send it one more warm breath. Tell it the night is kind. It doesn't have to work right now. Let gravity do the good work instead. Take a final sweep. Hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet. Name them, greet them, and let them be. Upper body cradles the lower. Lower supports the upper. The whole body agrees on rest. Rain keeps its soft meter on the roof. The clock writes even minutes. You ride that rhythm, safe and unhurried. In, 4, out, 6. Keep this softness. We'll carry it forward into the next light. The body is quiet now, a room with the lamp dimmed. Rain writes a soft line along the windowsill. Warmth holds at the chest, steady as a porch light. You don't have to reach for it. It finds you. Let the evening open on that small, certain glow. The story turns toward it, calm and unafraid. Picture the porch at night, rain falling in even threads. A single bulb keeps its circle, amber and patient. Not bright, not loud, only enough to say, "Here." It gathers the dark without a struggle. Shadow softens at its edges, then settles. You stand just inside the door, shoes drying. The light reaches you without crossing the room. It doesn't need to. A quiet message travels the distance anyway. You feel it as warmth in the middle of the chest. Outside, the street is a silver ribbon. Tires pass like slow commas in a long sentence. The lamp doesn't comment. It keeps the tone. Rain taps the rail, a metronome you don't have to follow. Still, your breath drifts into time with it. In, 4, small and round. Out, 6, longer than before. Each exhale clears a narrow path. It leads from the door to the chair, from the chair to the lamp. Not a march, more like a meander that always knows the way. You notice how the light carries itself. No effort, no push. It exists, and that is enough to be useful. Its glow catches in the grain of the floorboards. A honeyed sheen moves along the wood, then rests. Think of all the weather this lamp has seen. Snow like sifted sugar. Summer insects tapping the glass in curious loops. Wind and now rain. Patient, ordinary, true. Through it all, the circle of light holds. Let that idea land where you keep your steady things. The place that remembers songs you learned long ago. The place that keeps your name, even on hard days. A lamp there too, quiet, unassuming, has been waiting, not outside you, but within reach from the inside. You don't have to wake it or turn it up. Just notice it, the way you notice a handrail in the dark. There when you need it, not asking to be praised. It's enough to place your palm on that feeling. Warmth answers like a small yes. The house listens with you. Kettle breathes. Clock ticks. Rain lowers its voice. Shadows slip into softer shapes along the baseboards. The room looks the same, but it feels more a friend. Light has a way of doing that without ceremony. Another breath, slow and even. In, 4. Hold for 1, like a pause. Out, 6. Emptying down the spine. A little more space arrives around the heart. A little less weight gathers on the shoulders. If a thought comes, let it pass through the circle. See how the edges round, how the center welcomes. Nothing is turned away. Nothing is asked to hurry. What stays grows gentler. What leaves goes quietly, rain-like. You glance toward the door and the lamp holds steady. You glance toward the window and it holds. No test unsettles it. The glow is not a promise about tomorrow. It's a presence about now. Let the first light stay exactly this size, small enough to keep you close, soft enough to ask nothing of you, steady enough to share its calm. We'll walk with it, unhurried, into the rest of the night. The lamp learns your breathing and keeps pace. Not leading, not lagging, just there. A steady flame that doesn't need to prove itself. You sit with it the way you sit with a friend. No speeches, no solving, only presence. Notice how constant feels in the body. It's the weight of a quilt across your legs. The sure fit of your favorite mug in your hand. The hum of the fridge, low and dependable. Small anchors, evenly spaced across the night. Let your breath pass through the idea of steady. In, 4, like drawing a line along the coast. Out, 6, like the tide easing back. Each cycle leaves a smooth shoreline behind. Your chest and the room agree on the tempo. The flame doesn't grow to impress you. It holds one color, honey and calm. Shadows respect its boundary and soften there. You can almost hear the light. not a sound, more a hush that carries. Think of the hands that once turned this lamp on, a late shift returning to a quiet kitchen, a snow day morning before the house wakes, a Sunday evening with a book and a blanket. The flame has served many hours without complaint. Now, let it serve this hour for you. Let it keep watch while you soften. Let it carry the part of the night that asks for attention. You don't have to carry it too. Set it down like wet boots by the door. If a memory arrives, give it gentle light. Hold it at arm's length inside the amber circle. See how edges blur and meanings grow kind. You don't need to fix the past. You only need to sit with what's here. If a worry taps the window, let the lamp answer. Not with arguments, only with steadiness. A glow that doesn't rise to meet the knock. Soon the tapping turns to rain again. Soon the room is only room. Place one palm over your chest. Feel the warmth meet the warmth. The steady flame outside, the steady flame within. Two small circles overlapping. Where they meet, the evening opens. Your shoulders remember and settle lower. Neck finds length without trying. Mouth softens into the shape of yes. Yes to quiet. Yes to an ordinary, merciful light. The clock writes another even minute. You don't chase it, you let it pass. Rain gives the roof a softer drum. Somewhere, a branch releases its water all at once. Then stillness again, patient and whole. In 4, hold 1, out 6. The flame's with you. No smaller, no larger, just true. If sleep comes later, the lamp will still be here. If sleep comes now, it will keep the room gentle. Either way, nothing urgent is required. Either way, the steady thing remains. Let that be enough tonight. Rest your eyes on the circle once more. Then let your eyes close and keep the circle anyway. It will travel with you behind the lids. A quiet companion, steady and kind. We'll follow its glow, unhurried, into the next turn of night. Shelter is a simple word. Tonight, it means this room and this light. Amber on wood, rain on roof. your breath moving slow between them. Let the lamp feel closer now, not brighter, closer, as if the room leans in, kind and attentive, as if the night itself pulls up a chair. No rush, no cleverness, only glow. Picture a small circle on the floorboards, warm as a hand you trust. Step into it with your attention. Let soles, arches, heels remember warmth. Even if you're seated, the feet understand. The glow rises to your calves. It smooths the places that walked far today. It reaches the knees, then the thighs. Everything listened to earlier listens again. Effort loosens one quiet notch more. The circle lifts to the belly. Soft, steady heat. A safe pocket for breath to gather. In, 4, out, 6. Let the light move along the ribs, front and back at the same time. Between each rib, a little door opens. Air strolls in, unhurried. Space answers with yes. The glow reaches the chest. It does not push. It asks nothing. It simply keeps you company. Your heartbeat chooses the slower lane. Across the collarbones, warmth settles. Up the sides of the neck, gentle as steam. Jaw stays easy. Tongue resting, teeth apart. A face adopted by quiet. Now let the glow shelter the thoughts that visit. See each one sit at the table of light. A cup of patience in front of it. No debate. Only the mercy of being seen and not chased. If a worry tries to stand, the chair is soft. It sits again. The lamp does not judge the weather it holds. Rain, wind, memory, hope. All are different shades on the same wall. Listen to the house breathing with you. A settling board, the hum behind the hallway, the faithful clock. Each sound within the shelter rounded and kind. Imagine the lamp has a canopy you cannot see. It spans the room like a quiet tent. Canvas of hush, poles of trust, stakes set deep in ordinary things. Under that canopy, you are allowed to be unfinished, allowed to arrive exactly as you are, allowed to rest without earning it. The night agrees. The rain signs its name across the eaves. Let the glow glide to your shoulders once more. A shawl drawn close, then closer. It tucks behind the blades. It softens the hinge where neck meets back. Breath enters and leaves with less effort. Now the arms, right then left, from shoulder to elbow to wrist to palm. The glow fills each finger like warm river water. They float, they drift, they settle. The circle returns to the heart. Two lights overlap, room and body. Where they meet, quiet deepens. Where they meet, time widens. You sit inside that meeting and simply are. If sleep feels near, let it stand in the doorway. It will find you inside the shelter. If sleep waits a while, the lamp keeps watch. Nothing presses, nothing fades without blessing. In 4. Hold for 1. Out. 6. A soft tide under everything. A lullaby with no words. Let your eyes grow heavy if they haven't already. See the glow through closed lids, gentle and dim. It knows the path across the room. It knows the path across your breathing. It knows the path toward rest. The canopy lowers a final inch. The rain steps back a room or two. The clock keeps even minutes, like footsteps down a long hall. The lamp remains a small promise kept, shelter given, shelter received. We'll carry this glow with us, not in our hands, but in our pacing, not as a task, as a temperature. Let it stay while the story walks on. Let it stay as the night grows kinder still. The glow keeps its post as the rain softens. Windows hold a faint silver beyond the glass. You draw a light jacket close and lift the latch. The door exhales you into the evening. Between lamplight and weather, a path waits. We'll follow it toward the lake, slow and sure. The path remembers your steps from other nights. Gravel answers in a hush, then quiets again. Maples bead the air with a cool green scent. Somewhere behind you, the house grows smaller, kinder. Ahead, the lake breathes like a slow animal at rest. The rain is a mist now, not a task. It settles on sleeves and disappears. Clouds lie low, soft-backed and generous. Stars wait their turn behind them. You don't need them yet. The shoreline appears as a darker ribbon. Water cups the land with patient hands. Small waves fold and unfold, learning your rhythm. In 4, the shore receives the sound. Out. 6. The water smooths it away. You pause where reeds trade stories with the wind. They bend, then rise, then bend again. Nothing breaks. Everything yields. The lesson arrives without words. Your shoulders answer by lowering a fraction. Follow the curve that memory knows. Past the bench with the loose board. Past the willow that holds its own rain. Your steps become quieter than thought. The lake keeps you company without asking. Look across. Porch lights scattered like far bees. They blink, then rest, then blink again. It feels like the whole town is breathing. Some with windows open, some with curtains drawn. All of them held by the same weather. At your feet, the path widens to sand. Wet grains pack under your soles, sure and cool. Each step leaves a soft signature, then softens. Nothing to keep, nothing to prove. You walk beside the line where water meets shore. A seam that never stops sewing, never rushes. It stitches the day to the night, steady and small. Your breathing threads into its work. The seam holds. A night bird sketches a low note over the cove. You hear it once, then hear the space it leaves. Silence returns like a blanket set right. The mind sets itself down inside that silence. The body follows. Notice the temperature change near the open water. A pocket of cooler air slides across your cheeks. It meets the warmth you've been carrying. They balance, then agree. Your jaw remembers not to try. You pass a weathered sign you've read before. Tonight, it's only shapes and kindness. The letters soften in the mist. Meaning thins to feeling, feeling to calm. The lake edits everything down to ease. You reach a flat rock that has waited for years. It offers a seat, faithful as ever. You sit, and the stone takes your weight. Weight travels down through rock to shore, to water. Water receives it without effort. Let your hands rest open on your lap. Let your gaze rest open on the dark water. Between the two, a quiet span of night. Nothing crosses it in a hurry. Nothing needs to. Breath moves like a tide between chest and lake. In, 4. The water listens. Out. 6. The water answers. A soft call and response you don't have to conduct, you only attend. A driftwood limb taps once, then drifts on. Ripples run outward in smooth rings. They widen until they are the lake again. Worry does this too, given time. Tonight, time is kind. If a thought rises, let it wade ankle deep. Feel how the chill turns gentle at the edge. Feel how the surface holds and yields. The thought looks down and sees the sky in the water. It forgets its hurry and wanders off. You stand, or maybe you simply feel like standing. Either way, the path receives you again. Footsteps resume their soft conversation. The shoreline keeps its drift beside you. You move as if escorted by quiet. In 4. Hold for 1. Out 6. The lake keeps the count. The night keeps the promise. We'll follow the curve toward the footbridge. Wood waiting, creek speaking underneath. For now, walk this last stretch of sand. Let water and breath agree on the tempo. Let the shore carry you forward, unhurried and sure. The path gathers itself into planks. A wooden footbridge waits, dark with rain. Rails hold drops that tremble, then fall. Underneath, a creek speaks in easy syllables. You listen without needing to answer. Step onto the first board. It gives a little, familiar and kind. The wood smells like wet cedar and thyme. Your soles learn its grain the way fingers learn a page. Each step writes a softer line. Water threads the pilings with silver. Leaves glide past like small boats without plans. They find the downstream curve and disappear. Your thoughts learn from them and loosen their grip. The creek keeps the lesson gentle. Pause at the center span. The handrail is cool, steady, true. Rain collects there and slides into the dark. Below, the current braids itself and unbraids again. Nothing hurries, yet everything arrives. Breath meets the bridge's rhythm. In 4. The boards receive your weight. Out 6. The boards give it back to the water. A quiet exchange, even and fair. You stand inside it, easily held, look left into the reeds. A frog writes a soft comma, then silence. Ripples widen, then turn to lake again. Look right toward the narrow channel. A reflected porch light breaks, mends, breaks. A breeze carries the scent of pine and rain. It slides under your collar, friendly and cool. Your neck lengthens a fraction without trying. Shoulders drop the last small notch. Jaw remembers to be kind. The bridge keeps a modest music. Wood tick, rope creak, water hush. 3 instruments, 1 slow song. You follow it without effort. It follows you without asking. Beneath the planks, pebbles glow a dull gold. They appear, fade, appear again through the riffles. Sturdy things, softened by water and time. You feel the same work happening inside. Edges rounding, meanings easing. If a name or task drifts in, let it rest on the rail. Rain will carry it over, 1 drop at a time. By the far post, only the useful part remains. Small, simple, patient. You take 1 step, and it stays light. The far shore grows from shadow to shape. Wet ferns breathe a deeper green. The path resumes, narrow and sure. A lantern glow of sky finds the open leaves. You walk toward it, unhurried. At the last board, you pause once more. Thank the bridge the way you thank a chair. Not with words, by letting it hold you fully. Then you cross back onto earth, steady as sleep. The creek continues its sentence without you. Behind you, the footbridge keeps watch. Ahead, the path bends toward a quiet meadow. Something warm and flickering waits there. Not a crowd, only a scatter of small stars near the grass. We'll meet them soon, when the night says ready. The trees open into a shallow meadow. Grass leans with the rain, then lifts again. At first, the darkness is simple and whole. Then, 1 small lantern rises a few inches above the stems. Another answers from the far side, shy and bright. Fireflies find their evening language. Short sparks, long pauses, an easy code. You stand at the edge and let your eyes adjust. The field begins to breathe in points of light. A quiet constellation at ground level. Step onto the path the deer have kept. It curves between seed heads and wild clover. Drops move from blade to blade like tiny bells. Your steps are slow enough not to ring them. The night approves of your pace. A glow lifts by your knee, drifts and settles. Another winks near your hand, then is gone. They never rush the moment they make, they let it open, then fold it softly. Your breath learns that art by watching. In, 4. Hold for 1, like the space between sparks. Out, 6. The field brightens without getting loud. You grow quieter without growing small. Imagine each light as a simple yes. Yes to rain. Yes to night. Yes to being here and nowhere else. The meadow gathers these yeses into a hush. A fox prints the far edge with careful steps. It pauses, listens, and passes on. Its shape keeps to the darker grass. The fireflies widen and welcome the movement. Nothing startles. Everything accepts. You reach a stump, softened by years. Moss holds the top in gentle green. Sit, and the wood greets your weight. The ground returns steadiness up through your spine. You feel taller and more rooted at once. Watch how the lights appear at different heights. Some low, as a thought you barely notice. Some higher, like a memory lifting its head. They rise and fall until the meadow becomes a tide. Not water, light and air, flowing and returning. If an old worry visits, let it perch on the stump beside you. Give it the same view you have. It will blink once, twice, then less often. Soon it matches the field's slow grammar. Soon, it forgets to be urgent. A late firefly sketches a wandering line. It loops, revises, then drifts true. You feel permission to do the same, to change your route without apology, to arrive simply by continuing. Somewhere behind the clouds, the moon changes rooms. The meadow brightens by a shade you can feel, not see. Fireflies answer with their own small crescendos. Then they rest again, generous with pause. You take the hint and pause too. Hands lie open on your legs. Jaw is light. Tongue rests. Shoulders know the way down. Back lengthens in tiny degrees. Breath quiets until it's mostly warmth. A far owl writes a single note across the trees. It hangs for a moment, then joins the dark. Ripples of silence move out from where it landed. The meadow accepts them like rain, like sleep. You sit in the center of acceptance. When you stand, you do it as the fireflies do. No fuss, no sharp corners. Your step becomes another flicker in the field's rhythm. The path finds your feet without asking. You follow it toward the slow rise of home. Look back once. The meadow keeps glowing, steady as breathing. It doesn't need you to watch to keep being kind. Carry a little of its patient light with you. It will be enough for the way back, and more. The path folds back toward the porch. Fireflies thin to a few soft notes. The footbridge gives one friendly creak. Rain drifts to mist, then to memory. Ahead, a small square of amber waits. Home opens its quiet hands. The door greets you with a gentle latch. Warmth rises from the floor like a low tide. Your jacket finds its hook and rests. Shoes line up, rain dark and calm. The lamp keeps its promise without effort. You cross the room as if welcomed by name. Steam threads the air from the waiting cup. You lift it, sip once, and set it down. Sweetness lingers at the middle of the tongue. It slides into the chest and settles there. Breath follows, even and unhurried. In 4, out 6. The room agrees. Sheets lie turned back, moon soft and ready. A quilt remembers your shape and keeps it. You draw the covers up and feel the weight bless you. Pillow finds the hollow under your cheek. Neck lengthens a finger's width, then rests. Jaw loosens. Teeth stand near, not touching. Rain is only a far idea on the glass. The clock writes patient minutes on the night. Somewhere, the fridge hums its kind, steady note. All the small constants build one larger quiet. You lie inside it, held and finished for the day. Nothing urgent, nothing missing. If a stray thought knocks, the lamp answers, not with words, only with steadiness. It shows the thought a soft chair by the door. It sits, then fades, like weather in a window. Your breath keeps the tempo of ordinary mercy. In 4, hold 1, out 6. Hands grow warm where they meet the sheets. Feet find their own bright pockets of heat. Shoulders settle another notch into the mattress. The spine unspools by gentle degrees. You feel the body choose the slower road. You let it lead. The house keeps watch so you don't have to. The lamp lowers itself to a tender glow. You turn a fraction onto your favored side. A last, easy exhale folds the day closed. Safe enough, ready enough. The night is kind and you are home. Let the covers find their calm over you. They pour a gentle weight, even and kind. Your body understands the message. Down the back, softness gathers. Across the ribs, space opens without trying. Place one hand on the belly, one on the chest. Feel which rises first. Let both be right. In, 4, slow and round. Out, 6, longer, lower, warm. The room keeps its hush. Lamp glow settles to a quiet ember. Shadows smooth along the baseboards. You belong to the stillness now. It belongs to you. Imagine breath as a tide beneath the quilt. It comes in, brings sand to shore. It goes out, leaves patterns of ease. Nothing forced, only the coast learning its own rhythm. Soften the eyelids another degree. Let the corners of the eyes release. Let the cheeks drop their careful work. Mouth rests open a whisper. Tongue heavy, teeth apart. Send a small wave of warmth to the hands. Palms remember the lamp's steady heat. Fingers list their names and grow quiet. Right hand, left hand, both agree. They keep nothing, they hold nothing. Down at the feet, let the toes loosen. Heel, arch, ball, each at ease. Heat pools there like a small hearth. The legs float heavier into the mattress. Support rises to meet them. Count one slow breath for each blessing of the night. The roof that holds the rain. The bed that holds your shape. The light that keeps a faithful circle. The quiet that keeps its word. In, 4, hold, 1, out, 6. Let the exhale lengthen the hallway of rest. Walk it without moving. If a thought arrives, offer it a blanket. Watch it curl small and sleep beside the door. No knocking, no leaving, just quiet company. You are free to drift. The house will keep the hour, set the breath to its simplest setting, like a clock that does not need you to wind it. Like rain that does not ask for permission. You're safe enough to let go. You're ready enough to rest. The lamp dims to a final kindness. The cup cools on the table. Work complete. Sheets breathe with you, slow and faithful. One more easy exhale and then another. Let the night carry you, gentle and sure. The lamp lowers to its smallest promise. Sheets keep the slow tide you've taught them. Rain is memory now, gentle and far. Nothing waits beyond this room, only rest, arriving on time. Let the last light learn the shape of your breathing. It keeps the room kind while you drift. Your body knows the way without thinking. In, 4, out, 6. The house stands watch, quiet and sure. Roof holds the night. Walls hold the hush. Bed holds your weight and gives it back as ease. You are carried. If a thought knocks, it finds a soft chair. It sits and dozes, and you do not rise. The door stays closed. The night stays open. You are allowed to be unfinished. You are allowed to sleep. Name the anchors, then let them fade. Warmth at the feet, softness at the hands, space at the ribs, steady at the heart. In, 4, small and round. Hold, 1, like a comma. Out, 6, longer than before. Each exhale dims another corner. Each corner turns to calm. The room grows simple as breathing. The breathing grows simple as light. Nothing to fix, nothing to keep. Only the easy work of letting go. Close the book of the day. Set it on the quiet shelf. Turn toward the widest dark. It feels like home. It is home. One more slow breath, and then the next arrives. You don't have to meet it. It will find you. Let the glow become darkness, and the darkness kind. The lamp completes its dimming and rests. Shadows become one quiet shape. Breath goes on without help. In, soft and small. Out, long and low. The room hushes even the hush. Rain is only a memory of rain. Time loosens its belt. Minutes turn to warm, uncounted dark. You drift on the simplest tide. Hands heavy, kind. Feet warm, sure. Jaw easy, tongue resting. Heart steady, low and faithful. Nothing asks for you now. Let the ceiling widen into night. Let the night widen into sleep. No doors to open, no steps to take. You're already where you meant to be. If any sound remains, it softens. If any thought remains, it sleeps by the door. Your breath keeps the smallest promise. It meets the dark and is welcomed. You do nothing, and everything eases in a whisper. Out. A longer hush. The page goes quiet. The story closes itself. Black screen, gentle silence.